Bienvenidos! Welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. So it is finally October, and you know there's nothing better than using seasonal ingredients, especially during this time of the year, to create a beautiful recipe. Anyways, today that's exactly what we're doing. We're making a delicious lentil stew with pumpkin. And let me tell you, not only is this dish packed with so many great flavors, but it promises to fill your body with so much goodness. Folks, we're talking very easy to make, simple, heart-healthy ingredients, and the kind of dish that's gonna make you feel like $1,000,000. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. You know that Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they seriously have the best selection of Spanish ingredients, like artisan Spanish cheeses, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, Marcona almonds, olives, and all the spices you need to make your favorite Spanish dishes, among so many other great ingredients. And also, let me tell you, they have a beautiful selection of Spanish cookware, like authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings, and they even offer classic grilling systems. That way you can always perfectly cook your paella, folks. Visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure to use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Let's begin by getting our ingredients ready. I'm going to start by peeling 1 small pumpkin and then cutting it into bite-sized pieces that are 1/2 inch thick, which is about 1 1/4 centimeters. Of course, to make this recipe, you don't have to use a whole fresh pumpkin like me. You can use the store-bought stuff that's already been peeled and cut, or even butternut squash. Either way, we're going to use 1/2 kilogram here, which is about 1 1/4 pounds. Then we'll finely chop 1 medium-sized onion, roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic, finely grate 2 tomatoes to end up with 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, which is about 115 grams. And we'll measure out 1 cup of dried lentils, which is about 130 grams, add them into a fine sieve, and then rinse them under some cold running water. Now to make this recipe, I'm using brown lentils, but you can also use green lentils. However, I don't recommend red lentils. With the technique we're going to cook them in, if you use red, they're going to split open and get mushy. And also, let me tell you, when you're working with dried lentils, you don't have to soak them overnight. Just give them a quick rinse under some water. For the next step, let's start cooking our dish. I'm going to heat a stock pot with a medium heat and add in about 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters. After heating the olive oil for about 1 minute, I'm going to add in the chopped onion and the chopped garlic. And we'll mix the ingredients around, that way they're all coated in the olive oil. And we're going to go between 3 to 4 minutes here, or until that onion and garlic are lightly sauteed. After about 4 minutes, and the ingredients are lightly sauteed, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 2.5 grams. 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 2.5 grams as well. 2 tablespoons of dried oregano, which is about 2 grams, and 1 tablespoon of sherry vinegar, which is 15 milliliters. You can also use red wine vinegar here if you like. And we'll give it a quick mix until everything's well mixed together. And let me tell you, by adding the spices and herbs right now, it's going to make them super fragrant. Then we'll add in the finely grated tomato, which once again is 1/2 cup or 115 grams. And we'll give it a mix and then simmer the tomato sauce for a couple minutes. After about 3 minutes and the tomato sauce has slightly thickened up, I'm going to add in the pieces of pumpkin and the 1 cup of dried lentils. And once again, we'll give this a mix until everything's well mixed together. Once everything is well mixed, I'm going to add in 5 cups of vegetable broth, which is about 1,200 milliliters. Of course, to make this stew, you can totally use water, but let me tell you, by using the broth is what gives it that incredible depth of goodness. Then we'll turn up the heat to a high heat, give it a mix, and bring the broth to a boil. Once the broth comes to a boil, I'm going to add a lid on the stock pot And we'll lower the fire to a low-medium heat and simmer it between 25 to 30 minutes or until those lentils and the pumpkin are fully cooked through. After about 30 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid from the stock pot. And look how beautiful this turned out. For the final step, I'm going to season with sea salt and some freshly cracked black pepper. As you can see, we're not seasoning till the end. When you're working with dried lentils, you don't want to season them at the beginning, otherwise they're going to end up with a tough texture. And we'll give it one final mix, that way that salt and pepper are evenly distributed into the stew. Then we'll remove the stock pot from the heat. Add some of the lentil stew into a shallow bowl. And we'll sprinkle it with some finely chopped fresh parsley. Check it out, our lentil stew with pumpkin is done. This is known in Spain as lentejas con calabaza. Super easy to make, heart-healthy ingredients, and once again, it's gonna promise to fill your body with so much goodness. Let's give it a try and see how it turned out. Now this is what fall cooking is all about, what some people call autumn, or as we call it in España, otoño. A beautiful lentil stew with pumpkin. Here we go. Smell o vision. It's so good. And it instantly warms your soul. But most importantly, all the ingredients are beautifully cooked, and that pumpkin, it really shines through. You saw this, so easy to make, heart healthy. Give it a try at home, and I promise you're gonna absolutely love it because it is that good. Really quick before I go, shout out to a couple of my patrons, Michael and Kelly Thompson, Dr. Michael Barvitz, and Terry K. Clean. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below, and as always, don't forget to share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego.